Hello, Jackson families. This is Nicole Primelli, Superintendent of Jackson Schools. I'm reaching out today in regards to an update on our Phase 2 planning. As we have mentioned, our main goal this year, the health and the safety of our students and staff, must come first before anything else. And that continues to be our governing philosophy during not only the reopening process, but also our Phase 2 planning. As always, our goal remains to create a plan that is safe, that meets the mandates, that is responsive to our community, and is feasible within the constraints of our facility, space, and resources. We have a goal of Phase 2 in which we intended to bring our students back for more in-person learning. And through this planning, we evaluated the feedback from families and staff, and we monitored the health conditions in our district, state, and nation. We began developing plans to combine Group 1 and 2 together so that students can come for 5 shortened days within our buildings. This would keep, however, our full remote program as is. This was for our hybrid students. Moving forward, our reopening plan and intensive health and safety protocols have allowed us to create a safe learning environment. And we recognize that it is time to advance our plans and increase instruction for our students. The plan we had from the fall was a good plan. It was a plan that helped us reopen safely and transition into our schools. However, we also recognize that we need to do more. Our students need more instruction. And we are gearing up for moving to more in-person instruction for our students. However, the data and conditions throughout our state do not support that move at this time. We need to pause on that. But we do recognize that we still must do more for our students. This slide represents the dashboard on our website in which we use to inform you and keep track of the positive cases in our schools. We additionally review the weekly updates from the State Department on the state conditions of positive cases in New Jersey. The slide you see there to the left is from November 7th, and you can see the entire state was in the yellow, in the moderate level. We have since switched, as you can see to the right, November 14th, to mostly orange in the state of New Jersey. And in the Central East area, we are considered having a very high rate of COVID cases and transmissions of COVID. This data that we use, along with the data here, you'll see the numbers behind those colors and how they have progressively increased from September to currently where we are in November. This data is used, and we review that in helping us to make decisions about where we need to move next. So moving forward, based on our current conditions, we still are planning to combine Group 1 and 2. We just need to put a pause on it. And while we put a pause on it, we are going to be moving to synchronous instruction for our Group 1 and Group 2 hybrid students. Again, all full remote students will remain in their program in their same model. The advantages to moving to synchronous instruction. This will allow us to increase instructional time with teachers, as students and teachers will be connecting during the school day every day. On their non-in-person day, students will no longer be working independently, but rather keeping the same pace in real time. Many students have had trouble engaging in learning in their non-in-person days. This will provide time in the afternoon for intervention, support, and enrichment. The afternoon will no longer be a requirement for students to log in, but rather an invite from their teachers, those students who maybe need some more support, intervention, or enrichment. And this will provide everyday instruction instead of just an afternoon check-in session. Some advantages to synchronous instruction include those students who are on quarantine. We have had hundreds of individuals who've had to quarantine, which is made up of several different things. Sometimes we have people who have kept their children home because they have a known exposure or they have symptoms. And thank you, parents, that has helped us to keep our schools open. We may have some who are quarantining because they're awaiting test results, and we have some who are quarantining because they've been determined as a close contact of a positive case. Our students, when they are on quarantine, only have the afternoon session checking in with their teacher. There is not enough instruction for our students who are on quarantine. Synchronous instruction will really help that. For our hybrid students, all students will receive instruction in real time during the school day, with one group in person and the other group connecting remotely from home, based on the current Group 1 and Group 2 in-person rotation days. There's some examples here on the slide to help you better understand that. We will continue with a shortened day schedule, so teachers can provide needed interventions, support, and enrichment during the afternoon. Again, it's not required in the afternoon for students once we move to synchronous, but they may be invited for some extra support or enrichment. So what do parents and students need to do now? Right now, you're continuing to learn as you always have. When we switch to synchronous learning, that is high school and middle school on December 7th, elementary schools on December 14th, on a shortened day that is already in place. I do want to note, please be prepared to go full remote at a moment's notice in case that is necessary based on health reasons. What you see here is the current in-person rotations that will continue through at least December while we put a pause on returning Group 1 and 2 in-person combined days. When synchronous learning begins, students who are not in person that day will begin connecting remotely at the beginning of their school day. We will be working with our teachers to help prepare them. We are proud of our teachers. They've had to shift many times during this school year, and this is another shift for them. So just as we did in the beginning of the school year, I ask our parents to have patience with us as we roll out something we've never done before. It will be a little bumpy, but again, together, working through this, we can make it work for our students. Due to training that is necessary for our teachers, you will see there to the right, the dates in which the afternoon instruction will be canceled for our students. This will allow training, and I just want to put out a reminder there that also on those days of conferences for our elementary and middle school parents, the afternoon sessions are also canceled. So in summary, we are gearing up to move to more in-person instruction for our students. We still are committed to making that shift. We are just putting a pause on it for now based on the health data. And because we do recognize we need more instruction for our students, we will be moving to synchronous instruction, and that will provide us some more improved instruction and conditions for our students. As always, I encourage you to look at our reopening page. It houses all of the information we have put out this school year in regards to our unique year. You can keep informed on that page. I thank you for your patience, your understanding, as we are obviously exploring something we've never done before. We appreciate that you have patience with us and that you work with us for the benefit of our students. I hope that you're all well, your family is well. Please take care.